Putting the lineups together for these stopovers is pretty much like the best fun you could ever imagine having. I think as a band, like it's a real privilege, and we take it pretty seriously. Putting it together, and Aviemore was a lot of fun because we could sort of draw on a lot of friends, you know, it being near home and whatever. So Ben Howard was headlining the Friday night. Obviously, someone we've done some touring with in the past, and someone whose music we just love.
You've been listening to Ben's new record a lot, haven't you?
I've been listening to it a lot.
You said it was
actually,
your night.
I was listening to it just this morning.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I think it's wicked.
Standout tunes.
What Sam calls it, the bobbly jumper song, is that "Forget Where We Were" song, because it's like your old favourite jumper that you just wear all the time. The bobbly jumper song.
Bubbly jumper song.
Forget Where We Were. I like Small Things a lot. It's a great record. It works start to finish for me. I love it. I think it sounds great. I know he did a lot of it in his house, didn't he? They got some really good sounds. The guitar playing's really good.
There's his tour book's been knocking about our tour bus, and he's got all his guitars listed out.
And that's very cool.
It looks good. Although they don't put the years on it, which pissed me off a bit.
They did?
No, it didn't. It didn't say what year.
Did they not?
No.
They're all new, mate.
They're probably all 2003, 2004. Embarrassing. You don't want to list. You don't want to list the year. Or 2003 Les Paul.
King Charles is an old friend of ours. He was around when we started out, kind of actually before Mumford Sons existed. When we were playing in different pubs and bars and stuff around southwest London.
I met him the first time I met Marcus, actually.
First day?
In the Alan Pownell rehearsal. Yeah.
In Putney?
Yeah. Strange.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, good
and
friend.
then didn't you go and do some mini festival where he got naked and started hanging from like the rafters or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wild performance, so you never quite know what you're going to get from King Charles, but
it's always good.
He's great. He's a great songwriter, and we love him.
You're not allowed to say this. I've heard his new record. Am I allowed to say this? I've heard King Charles' new record, produced by the big guy, the big man, Marky. Excellent.
It's good. He played on it.
There's one song I really like. What's it called?
I'm not sure, mate.
It's
Just
the one,
the rest of them.
Choke My
Take
Love
them
Away, that one.
Choke.
It's just called Choke, is it?
Choke.
It's a tune, mate.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
It's exciting. And his live set, I think, is wicked. I drove out to see him and play in Cheltenham. He did 28 gigs in 28 days in February.
He obviously doesn't value his life.
And I went out with a couple of our friends. We drove to Cheltenham and back in the night to go and watch him. And the live set's better than it's ever been. It was wicked. It was amazing. It's quite rock and roll.
He finally had a haircut. Wasn't mad about his old hair.
We've been punching above our weight a little bit this year with the lineups for the stopovers, and that was a conscious decision because we've been doing them for 4 years, and we thought, why not just go and ask some of the bands we would have not ever thought to have asked before. And that included some bands like Foo Fighters and My Morning Jacket. And then for Aviemore, we thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we can get Primal Scream? So we composed a note, as we do for all of our bands, and explained to them, we've seen them play a number of times over the years, and cross paths at festivals and stuff, and we have only just huge amounts of respect for them. So we asked, and they fortunately had the day free and were up for it. So, crazily enough, they're coming and doing this little event in Aviemore. And I think people are going to go mental. It's going to be great.
Got the very best, who we also fucking love. They've done loads of our stopovers before. We did a bunch of us in America. We toured with them in Laneway in Australia years ago, and since then have become very close to them and done trips with them to Africa and America and around Europe. Their new record's fucking great. You've got to listen to it. What's it called? Here We Go or something? I can't remember.
What's the single?
Let Me Go.
That's it.
I remember meeting Johan in
Just sort of
random bar in East London.
Yeah.
Because he was running a little record label through Co-op.
He's one of those dudes who just shows up and starts putting people together. He's been working in my house for the last sort of month or two. He's sort of been in need of somewhere just to make music, so he's been in my basement. I think he might still be there. I'm not sure, but he's magical. They've done a few stopovers. We found that there's a slot that we have is after we play. It's quite nice just to keep the party going, and they're perfect for that. So they've done that a few times, but they're also, we just did a Seaside Heights stopover in New Jersey near New York, and they played earlier on in the day, and that was fucking awesome as well. So like, they're just a party band. They're like the ultimate festival thing. They're hugely collaborative, which is a big element of the stopovers as well. So yeah, they tick every box basically, and they're just awesome lads to hang out with as well. So.
I'm excited to talk about Simian Mobile Disco because
They changed your life a bit, haven't they, mate?
they changed my life. They've put me onto the EDM world, although they probably wouldn't like that term.
They would hate that term.
They're more techno. They're more techno, but that is electronic dance music.
I know, but it's not EDM.
It's not what Gen
not
Pub
Skrillex.
consider EDM.
It's techno.
When we were doing the record with Fordy, James Ford was producing it, and every weekend he had a residency at XOYO in London. And basically, I don't think anyone else came, but I would go every week.
Ben went.
Ben went once.
Ben went.
I went like
I
10
didn't go.
times. Got absolutely smashed and had 10 of the best nights of my life. And became obsessed with Simian Mobile Disco's music. And poorly attempted to make some techno music, which didn't
What's
last
your
very long.
techno DJ name?
The floppy disk jockey.
No.
Oh yeah, Techno Notice.
Techno Notice.
The trick to techno. We'll share this.
Because you're now.
As a connoisseur.
Yeah, yeah.
The trick to techno, right? There's two important things you need to know about techno. Firstly, and this
I'll
is when
hold
you're
your
dancing,
microphone
you're going to
for
have to hold my mic. You've got to make sure you keep your hands down and your mouth shut. Because otherwise, you're like this all night. It's not a good look. You're not going to pull if you look like that. Hands down, mouth shut. Like that. That's the trick to techno. Let's go out the list. Maccabees are playing, and we just did an American run with them. Their new record's fucking great.
They're on the form of their lives.
Form of their lives.
Their Glasso set was good. I watched it on whatever.
Did they get Jamie T up?
They did get James T out.
What song
For
they do?
No Kind Words. I think it was. What's it? Oh no, it was Mark's Privet, the new one. Yeah, new one. Yeah, it was wicked.
Wonder Band.
Came in all amped up.
Wonder Band.
Jack Garrett, he's playing. He's a fucking legend. Very nice bloke, and we're all.
His
quite
music's a
excited.
mindfuck to me. I love it.
Yeah.
It's always.
It's surprising. You don't expect
You
it
never
to
know
come from.
where it's going to go next.
Yeah.
It scares me a little bit.
Same with Leanne Havis, who's also playing.
She's a wonder. We like her.
We like her. We're keen on her. Rachel Samani's playing, who we met at Loopaloo Festival when we were up in the Highlands of Scotland. And she's a Scottish singer-songwriter who's wicked as well. We met her like after Loopaloo, like everyone goes out in the pubs of Ullapool and just goes mad. And there's loads of music everyone's playing. And actually it was quite inspiring for us seeing that when it came to doing our own festivals. That was one of the festivals we sort of referenced. And we met a very handsome fisherman called Kevin.
I'm still buddies with him.
Are you?
Well, vaguely.
Tops off Kevin.
Got married, I think.
Did he, yeah?
Yeah, he went cold when he went married. It's classic
Classic
for a
fisherman.
win. Buddy.
Left swinging in the wind, mate.
We actually did, the reason we love the Highlands so much is when we were starting as a band, we did two, actually, when we started we did a Highlands tour, and we went all across, Ullapool, Inverness, Stornoway, I think we played Isle of Mull, we played everywhere really, and then a few years later we went back and went up to Shetlands, Orkney. We love it, we absolutely love touring up there, and the crowds, like the people turn up because there's a band in town, not because they've even heard of you. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a band, we'll go see it, and everyone turns
Yeah.
up. It's just like, it's a great place to tour. And so like we've always kept in touch, like promoters and stuff like that, because like, this guy Robert Hicks, who's helping us with this one, and he always put those tours on. Like it's like the best place to tour in the world. It's the most beautiful part of Britain, easily. Thank God it's still Britain. But so doing this Aviemore thing is like a great thing. Like fucking exciting for us. Even now when we play at Scotland, there's still banners from like the guys who were at the Stornoway show or whatever, saying it's the Stornoway crew.
Because we're loyal fans.
Fucking loyal, and like just love music and love getting fucked up. It's just perfect. It's exactly what you want to play to.